Hey, welcome back guys, it's Crazy Welder, and today I'm going to be doing a PS Vita grip roundup. So I've kind of collected a number of grips for the PS Vita, and as some of you know, I've been doing some PS Vita videos recently, and so I figured I might as well just keep that streak going and bring you guys this video. So I've ordered a number of grips because I play on my Vita fairly frequently, and I wanted something that was more comfortable for me to use as I'm doing all of my gaming, and as such I have a number of them, and so I wanted to go over what are the positives, what are the negatives, and ultimately which ones you should get. So on the original PS Vita, what you can see here is the Hori grip. So the beautiful thing about the Hori grips is that they have these adjustable sliding handles on the left and the right. So if you have bigger or longer hands, this slides out so that you're more comfortable in holding the PS Vita. And it's really simple. All you do is just unlatch this, you take out the Vita, and so as you can see, this is the grip itself, and then all you have to do is simply put the Vita back in, and then you close the latch on top and you're good to go. It holds it nice and steady, you have no problems. Now on the back of this, as you can see, it's got the open, sort of design on the back as far as the touchpad's concerned, and so it keeps the camera open and you can still use the touchpad with all your games as you would normally, so that's not an issue. Now the cool thing about this one is that it's also one of those grips that's not so big that you can't carry it around, because since these handles slide, you can actually just put it into your backpack and it's not a problem. It's not going to take up a whole lot of space, unlike the rest of the grips that you're seeing here. So that's the neat part about this grip. I really like it a lot. Now what you can see as well is that I've got these Xbox One sticks on here, which are absolutely incredible. You can find them on Amazon. You can also find them, I believe, on eBay as well. And they're pretty cheap. I think I paid I want to say it was like $7 or something, and then $5 shipping to get them. And they make gaming a whole lot more comfortable if you're doing any sort of FPS, TPS, or action adventure game where using the right analog stick is, pretty much necessary all the time. Now this grip you see above you here is for the PS Vita version 2000, and it was labeled as a Hori grip, and it actually wasn't a Hori grip. I should have known better. This one is a Coll Japan grip that basically has triggers, so you can think of it as like the PDP grip here in the States. Once again, open back. I'm not going to put my PS Vita into this one, mainly because of the fact that I don't like the way that this presses down on my screen protector. It ends up giving me bubbles, and so that's one of the chief reasons why I don't like using it. But the second reason is that it actually has these triggers that kind of stick too much. Now a lot of the problems that people had with the PDP grip was that the PDP grip would damage their actual stock Vita triggers. That's not really the case on this thing, but the problem that this one does have is that A, it's not as comfortable as the other grips I'm going to show you guys in a little bit here, but B, also the triggers stick, and it does technically damage my screen protector. So I wouldn't recommend getting this one. I'll put a link in the description as to what this grip is so you don't end up buying it. So not a big fan of this one. Probably will end up recycling it or something, or just selling it off to somebody who needs it, but as it stands, I don't really like this one too much. Now, moving on to this guy right here, this is the actual Hori REmote Assist grip. So as you can see, it's got triggers, it's got, left, right, and then it's also got L3 and R3, and that just maps onto the back touchpad. So if you're familiar with playing PS4 games remotely, or even PS3, certain games support this sort of trigger remapping feature, which allows you to basically play more games. Some of the best ones I found so far are probably the Uncharted collection, as well as Destiny, to play remotely. Those seem to map to the triggers pretty well. Infamous Second Son didn't do so well, from what I remember, and neither did Killzone Shadowfall. I had kind of a little bit of trouble playing those games, but the whole point of the grip is to be able to allow you to play remote games more comfortably, and to that end it does really well. And just like with the PS Vita original Hori grips, all you have to do is just simply put your PS Vita in, and then this just snaps closed and you're good to go. So again, really nice, really good grip, but you know, you're not going to be able to play any of the other games with this because the touchpad is effectively only mapped to these little buttons right here, and not all games support that sort of play. So for things like Tearaway, I tried playing that, it wouldn't work because it really wants you to use multiple fingers on the back. Uncharted Golden Abyss, kind of same problem because you have to swipe across the back of the whole PS Vita to actually unlock certain parts of the game. This isn't gonna really do good work for you there. But it's a really comfortable grip. I've had no problems playing with this. The comfort level is definitely like a 9 out of 10, especially compared to the stock Vita. So I highly recommend this one if you guys have a PS Vita 2000 and you play remotely a lot. My fiance likes to play on the Wii U while we're in the same room, and so me being able to play with the PS Vita on my PS4 is just a godsend, and this grip is, you know, just incredible for those reasons. Now, the last grip I'm going to show you guys is my Nyko Power Grip. Now, I've already reviewed this one, so you can check out that video. I'll put that in the description as well. But basically, this one allows me to keep my Vita charged up while I'm playing. So that's why it's still in here, is because I use it, you know, when I'm kind of on the go and playing my games. Now, the issue I have with this one is compared to all the other ones on here is primarily the fact that these handles are actually way too long for my fingers. So what ends up happening is that I basically have a hard time holding on to this thing. Now, I mean, personally, I wouldn't mind this too much, except for the part where, you know, over time, I just can't reach the top triggers too easily. And that's sort of the big deal for me, is that, you know, when I'm playing my FPS games, for example, not being able to reach those triggers is a huge pain in the ass. So for that reason, you know, this grip isn't as good as some of the other ones that are on here. So I really like playing with the remote assist grip a lot as a result of this, but obviously it's not you know, not ideal for, you know, this sort of situation where you want to play your games that require the use of the back touchpad, you know, all the time. So those are my grips. Once again, there is the Nyko Power Grip, there is the Hori Remote Play Assist, this Coll Japan trigger grip, and ultimately also the Hori grip for the original PS Vita, which is an incredible grip that I totally recommend you guys getting. And then these little Xbox One thumbsticks, again, on eBay and Amazon, I'm actually going to get a second pair of my PS Vita 2000, but I strongly, strongly recommend you guys get a pair of those because they just make gameplay very, very smooth. So that's my grip roundup for the day, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it makes you buy some of these really cool grips for the Vita, and I'll see you guys in my next one.